Hey guys, this is Joe Cala with AutoTrader.com, and today I want to talk to us about sourcing our customers and finding out where they come from before they even walk into our stores. Now listen, as an internet director for 6 years and for over 8 years as a sales manager, that's what we do. We ask the customer when we get in front of them, so how is it that you heard about us? It's very important for us to try to find out where these people are coming from so we can figure out how to market to them and to put our money to where they're spending time looking and researching before they walk into our stores. So one of the biggest disconnects that I have found is that when you do ask this question, so how did you hear about us? Or where is it that you came from before you got to us today? Asking these questions is going to allow the customer to give you a response, but many times the response is not going to be the total response. What's going to happen is you're going to get a single response. For example, so how'd you hear about us? Well, I saw you on the internet. Oh, that's awesome. Great. What website did you see me on? And now, as they think, they're probably going to say one of the sites that they were on, or they're going to tell you the last site that they were on. Many times they're not going to tell you every single site that they were visiting before they came into your store. So for example, an internet customer has a buying cycle of up to 90 days sometimes when they start their research to when they eventually buy the car. So when we would get a lead in my store, the lead would come in, let's just say the lead came through carsforsale.com. And that was the lead that was tied to that customer name. And it came in 35 days ago. But they were, things happen, life happens, situations occur, and they're researching, they're doing what they need to do to get themselves together before they come into the store. Now 35 days later, they show up into the store. You end up showing them a car that's completely different than the one that they sent the original lead on through carsforsale.com. And you sell them that car. And then when you go and update the system, and the system updates and ties now that lead name to carsforsale.com, what happens is now we look at carsforsale.com as saying, wow, they provided me a sale. But the whole truth of this matter is when you really dig deeper, that customer didn't do all 35 days of research on carsforsale.com. That may just be a lead form that they filled out that tied that carsforsale.com lead to their name. But when you go dig deeper, you can begin to find out that they were on multiple sites. And the problem that we've run into is that dealers are not taking these further steps so that they can find out the true sourcing of how many websites they visited, what sites that they were actually on, so that we can find out whether we're on those sites in advertising form or not, that they're spending time researching that maybe if we are not on those sites, then we should probably get to those sites. And if we are on those sites, maybe we should focus more efforts to those sites. So here's what we created. Here's what I did. I created something called a How Did You Hear About Us form. Many of you have this form already. Some of you are already using this form. And the key behind this form is so that when you have a customer sitting in front of you, if you have it on your desk already, or if you have it in one of those clear stands that stand up on the desk, and it's facing the customer. So when you're talking to them and you're going further in the sale, in the road to the sale, and you're taking those steps and you're in the write-up process, and you're getting information, and you say, listen, I know you said that you saw us on this website here earlier, but check one, or just tell me one or multiple other sites that you see on this list that you visited during that research time. And just as I go through real quick, did you stop over here at this site, AutoTrader? How about this one here, Auto USA? What about cars.com? How about Cars for Sale, or Craigslist, or Edmunds, or Kelley Blue Book? So as you go through this, what you're doing is I say, oh yeah, no, 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 yeah, no, and yeah. Oh, okay, good. So now what you're doing is you're just jotting down quickly on your up sheet the other forms that or the other sites that they were on doing research. And as a dealer principal, as an owner, this is very important for you to get this information. Because let's just face it, if I was going to go on a trip somewhere and somebody asked me when I got to my destination, so Joe, where did you come from? How did you get here? And I was to tell them, well, I came from Beechwood, which was where my hometown is, and now I'm here at this final destination. I told them one specific thing. But I'm not going to sit there and say, well, I came from Beechwood, drove through Pine Beach, stopped there, went to Dunkin' Donuts, and then I went up through Toms River, went past Bricktown, Point Pleasant, up through Hazlitt, continued on up the Parkway, went over here off onto I-278, and then from there onto 78. I'm not going to go through every single place I stopped on the way or drove past. It's the same thing with our customer base. They're not going to tell you every single website. So that's why it's important for us to ask these questions as best as we can. We also have something called our digital audience analysis that allows us to tag your website for 3 months to help show you that path that your customer took and the websites that they stopped off at as they made it to your site. So if you want more information regarding the digital audience analysis, just let me know. But this is very important for you guys to continue to remember to gather the information as best as you can regarding the different websites that these people are stopping at before they come into your store, so that you can properly allocate your monies into the areas that advertising is being best suited for the customer base that's coming into your store. If you guys have any questions, please give me a call. My number's on the screen there, or send me an email. Otherwise, I'll see you in your store soon.